Okay, this is Prince Albert Cave. Let me turn up my light. Okay, there's 50% brightness. That should be enough to keep me from getting lost. Too lost. Lots of bugs and stuff here in this cave. It's spring, so there's all sorts of interesting things going on. Let me cross over here. Looks like there's a little way back there, but too small for people. A few small formations on the ceiling. Oops. The sign says, "Don't spread white nose syndrome." Report dead bats. Here's the tube, facing up the tube. Hold on, I'm gonna have to turn up the aperture. Hang on a second. I have an f over 4.0 right now. It's probably not gonna be enough. Hang on a second. There we go. All right, so anyway, there's one skylight. Little tinier skylight next to it. All right, let's go see if we can find something interesting in the cave. Oh. This is a tricky cave. I gotta watch my step here. I'll show you why in a minute. So, ceiling's kind of bland, but look at this. There's a trench in the floor. I'll get to that in a second. But before I do, I want to get up a little taller. You can see, look at that. There's a big ledge up there. Look at the ceiling. There's plant roots coming through from above. Very shallow cave. At least this part of it is. Okay, there's that skylight. There's the entrance. Now look at the floor. There's a trench, just like I was showing you in a second. I'm going to circle around so you can look down in there. So there's something really cool. So let's go down here. There's a tube within a tube. It's not a dead end. It's too small for people, but it's there. Good to know. Oh wow, look at this. Look under here how there's a ledge, how rough the ceiling is. Careful there. Might want to wear a helmet to this cave. Notice here I'm walking next to a trench. Now look at this. There's a side tube and another exit. I'm going to be checking that out, but before I do, well, let's see here. I don't think these are dead ends. Yeah, you know what? I want to see everything. So there's a way up there. There's the skylight. I'm going to check that out, but before I do, so here's the way I came. Notice how it's shaped like a sine wave. All the cool plants hanging from the ceiling. And even the floor, in the trench in the floor, shaped like a big sine wave. So let's go down here. So now I'm walking down into this little trench. Oops. Want to be gentle. So look at that. You can see it gets covered. So it's actually a tube, just like I showed you before. It's the same tube. It's just too small for a person to fit through. But it's there. Cool. All right, so this is the main tube. This will go to the upper end of the cave, I think. It's been a while since I've been in this cave. Oops. In fact, I remember it's kind of like a maze. I don't remember if it's a maze at the upper end or the lower end. It's been a while since I've been here. So I'm going to start with the upper end. Hopefully I have time to do both today. Notice there's the floor's collapsed again. See how it's like a ledge here. The ceiling sagged down there, but didn't quite fall down. Almost made another exit. Oh, look at all these plant roots. Scary. Okay. Want to make sure I do everything. So here's the plan. I'm going to go up here, where the cave branches again, and then I'll go the long way. So notice the cave's getting smaller. This is the main tube to the right. And then over there, where it's tiny, that's actually a shade passage. So it's not a dead end. Let's see if I can crawl through there. You know, I don't know if I'm being ambitious to climb through there. Might be a little bit too much work. But as long as I'm here, let's go over and check it out. See how brave I'm feeling. I only have a few hours of video. Okay, now, yeah. Hopefully I'll finish this cave in less than 3 hours. Notice how it bulges out. It's kind of smooth, but not straight. What's interesting, there's a transition here from where the cave is smooth to not so smooth. So here's that other entrance I'm not going to bother to take. But look how the cave goes back there a ways. Wow. Fascinating. Lots of tree roots coming through. You know what? I think I'm going to be lazy. I don't think I'm going to climb through this hard part of the cave. Not with this big camera rig. Okay, so I'm going to go back over the main tube where it just was. Yes, I'm going around in circles. No, I'm not lost. It's been a while since I've been in this cave. A couple of years. It's actually an easy cave because I actually walk around. So I don't mind taking my time in it and exploring. Some of the caves around here are brutal. So watch your step. Look how there's a hole in the floor. I'm going to step down, then I'm going to turn around and you'll see it's because the floor is hollow. Oh, wow. Okay, not so much. Okay, now it just sagged down. It's not so hollow. See, that's why nobody listens to me. All right, here we go. Huh, there's a side passage over here. Too small for people. Looks like it's a dead end. Cool. But yeah, look how rough the ceiling is here. Definitely watch the ceiling if you're going to be coming in here. Notice the streak marks on the walls where water has been flowing down slowly. And then look how it bulges out here. Interesting. Oh, wait a minute. I know where I am. Okay, hang on a second. That's not even the main tube. This is the main tube. Wow, it's been a long time since I've been in this cave. Okay. I guess I could have cheated, brought a map, whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to keep going up the tube for now. Plant roots. Notice how the ceiling's a bit uneven. Notice how the floor is mostly red, but the ceiling is more gray. It's all the same rock. Suspicious, isn't it? Okay, I know where I am. This cave's a bit tricky, so I don't know if I'll do the whole thing. I might skip part of it if it gets too hard. Part of it's easy, part of it's hard. See what it is a pair of parallel tubes. They're connected together. So, like here, I can go to the right, or I can go over here to the left. Pretty sure they reconnect in there. But you have to be careful, you'll get lost. So let me see if I can go over here to the left. Actually, no. I'm going to cheat and go to the right. The reason is I think this cave's easier to navigate if I go right. So I'm going to be lazy and stick to the relatively easy parts. I don't need to prove anything by doing every last cubic inch. Alright, see, after this breakdown pile, it's just tube again, so it's not too bad. So the main tricky part about this cave is the exit's not in the main tube. You have to take that side tube to get out of here. Okay, so there's the pile. Back through there is the only way out that I know of. And let's face it, I know everything. Just kidding. All right, here we go. Nice bright cave. At least the ceilings are all white. Kind of pinkish though. Very interesting. Not sure how in the world the ceiling ended up being pink, but whatever. Oops. Rock shifted under my weight. Okay, see here? We're at a three-way intersection. I can go left here, or I can go right. Now, I already turned right once before, so I'm going to try to stick with that. Try to be consistent. Oh, it looks like that's a dead end anyway. Notice how the floor is all red and the ceiling's all gray. It's very common for caves around here, depending on how wet they are. Huh. Fascinating. Okay, it'd be easier to stay to the right. I think I'll get a better view from above. Since I'm shooting video, I'll go ahead and come up here. Wow, nice big room. Could have a party in here. Wow, look at this though. There's a hole in the ceiling. There's a cave up there. No way up there though, too small for people. Same thing, let me pan to the right here, hopefully without tripping. There's a hole up there. Fascinating. So I'm standing on a rock pile that's at least 6 feet tall. It's at least 6 more feet above me to the ceiling. So yeah, it's about, you know, at least 15 feet tall in here total. Fascinating. Remember what I said about the ceiling is gray. What it really is, that's where the rock is not breakdown rock. It's gray, and then where it's broken down, ceiling or floor, that's red. Roughly the pattern. Not sure why. That's the way it is. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera very well, but there's a couple cool things I want to show you here. If you look at the floor, this rock here, focus. Notice the texture of tree bark. It really did. The lava flowed against tree bark. Got the shape of tree bark there. And then over here, hand down or move over here. Oh, I don't see it now, but there was a rock that was full of holes. It's formed with air voids. Darn it, I thought I saw another one with tree bark. But yeah, look at this now. Up on the ceiling, a couple small formations. Really small lava sickles. Lava stalactites. So not very common, but it happens. Mostly in caves that have a really small entrance. I think they cooled down slower, so they had more time to form formations. Not really sure. What's ironic though, this cave has a pretty big entrance, so maybe that's why it only has a few. What's weird, look at the wall here. See, look at that pattern. It's like it oozed out for a while or something. Interesting. So here, look at the floor. Most of it's rough, except for some breakdown rock. Oh, I remember this cave. So look at this. I'm on a level of the tube. There's such a big breakdown pile here. I have to climb up dozens of feet. If I remember, it's a little bit steep and tricky, but yeah. See if I can find the best way to zigzag up here. So, I've made it onto a top of a small rock pile. So the tricky part is coming backwards. You need to watch your step, because if you don't, you won't realize you're suddenly at the top of a 15 or 20 foot drop off. Fell down there, hurt my really bad. So the good news is, if you're paying attention, it's not that hard. Just gotta zigzag around, stay to one side or the other. Life's a lot easier when you pay attention. Look at the pretty colors up there. Nice wide room here. Wow. Yeah. I like these easy caves. Sometimes I crawl through the hard caves for fun. Sometimes it's like a vacation coming to these caves. Looks like now I'm climbing back down below the rock. Look at the shape here. And you see the curves like that? That means it flowed. Like if it looks like a smiley face, that means it's flowing towards you. Because the middle flows faster than the next to the walls. Because the walls have like drag or friction, however you say that. Alright. Wow, this is fun. I'm by myself today. I'm coming caving tomorrow with somebody else, but we haven't decided which caves. I thought it was going to be dry, so I was going to do some hard caves, but it rained recently, so I'm thinking of sticking with the easy caves so I don't get myself all wet. This is cool. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Just went right past the good part. All right, here we go. Look at that. There's a hole. If you look close up, the inside is shaped like a circle. That's a tree mold. So it's shaped like a tree in there. Not the branches or anything, just the main trunk or whatever you call it. So it's shaped like a log. But it's got the texture of the tree bark. You could probably figure out what type of tree it was. These caves are only a couple thousand years old. So it's not like it's some extinct dinosaur or something in here. All right. Whoops. Okay, I have to be careful here. I'm on a sort of a wet cliff. Look at that up on the ceiling. There's a couple small formations there. Got some pretty colors in there. And then if you look up here, the formations, they have like brown ends, like matches, because of, the minerals coming down at the end and then being deposited at the end. Wonder if I can get that from the side. And now it's kind of too high to show that. All right, so here we are again. Look how shiny and brown. Focus. There we go. Look how shiny and brown it is. Ooh, ah. And then over here, see it's uneven. Where it's kind of damp, it's got that silver colored bacteria, but where it's wetter, the water has washed away the bacteria. So you're seeing rock underneath. Interesting. Man, this is a really cool cave. I think this is going to be the only one I do today, though. Look at the horizontal lines here. So flowing in line with the direction of the lava. Wow, look at the texture here. And that red rock, that's probably from outside the lava tube. That might have been rock from before the lava flow. Anyway, very thin walls to this cave. It's weird. Over on the left side, it's mostly bare rock. Then I come over here, look at the right side. It's got a lot of that bacteria. I'm not sure if that means one side of the cave is wetter than the other or what. In technical terms, it's weird. Here's a spot where some of the lava is really glossy and shiny. Ooh, pretty. So please don't touch it. You could probably scratch it up if you're not careful. Well, let's face it, anybody who would touch it is not very careful. What's cool, there's a rock here. It's got like a little bowl shape to it. So there's water in there, liquid water. The problem is the only animal that's going to get in here to drink it are like bats or some bugs. Oh, here we go. Here's some more. So look at this. That rock has the texture of bark. Both of these rocks have the texture of bark. Texture of tree bark. Check out, there's a hole in that one. Let's see if I can get another view. Oops. There we go. Cool. It's a holy rock. Hallelujah. All right, here we go. Huh. Ooh, hello. Looks like I might have another hole in the cave. Yeah, look out there. There's like a little ledge or something. Interesting. What's ironic? I don't think this is the cave I was thinking of. Oh well, I've definitely been to this cave before, obviously. That's how I found it. It was already on my GPS. Yeah, look at the nice flow lines there, except for that one crack. Wow, let me see if I can pan up to the ceiling here. There's like a little crack in the ceiling there. A little bit of gold-colored bacteria there. Even right here on the wall. See, that stuff is soft like sand, so please don't touch it. In Ape Cave, people have been like writing their names in it and stuff, like it's finger paint. It's like, if you like finger paint so much, just buy some and do that. Jeez. Look at that. There's a small column. Even along here, look at the shapes. And right here, look at this. Is that not cool or what? It's like a big brown squid. But it's not just like that. Look at this. I'm going to pan down here. There. How do you like those? Couple of small columns back there. And candles. Lava candles. Those dark spots, those could be fingerprints, but I think it's actually water dripping from above. The water hits with enough force, it, you know, acts like a, what's it called? Pressure sprayer, almost cleans it off. Just mechanically forcing the dirt and stuff away. Yeah, look at the size of this one. It's like a couple of giant squids died on the floor or something here. Cool. What's weird is the right side. It's got all these cool horizontal flow lines. That's actually good texture for walking up here. It's not too fragile. There's a couple small formations on the right. Some gold-colored bacteria on the left. More formations, really small ones under there. It was cool. You can like climb up here. And I'm going to. I'll show you why. Get closer to the ceiling. Maybe there's something cool on the ceiling or the wall. Look at this. It's little tiny formations here. Up there. I'm going to very carefully get up here. I have to be careful. I'm like standing next to a cliff now. Safety first. So there's something there. There's something there. If I pan up, some formations there. Oh, this is what I was saying, how they can be cool. Like dark browner at the end. Cool. Oops, trying to focus. I got autofocus. It's kind of a spot focus. I have it focused in the middle. Okay, this video is almost done. So when this video is done, I'll swap flashlights. Give this one a chance to take a little, what's it called? Cool down break. My flashlight's kind of bright, so mix some heat. But yeah, look at the ceiling up here. In technical terms, it's pretty. Thought that up myself. Can't really get any closer to inspect it close up though. But over here on the wall, there's some slightly smaller formations that I can get a lot closer to. Look at the way it's hanging down right there. That one's almost a foot long. That's pretty cool. Some of those smaller ones are prettier though. Like you'll look in here, it makes like a tiny cave. They're only like an inch long, but I like the way they block the exit or entrance to that little tiny side passage. Even down here along the wall, under there, up there. Wow. Okay. I need to pause the video, take a little break. So this will be a really good place because I can sit down and use these rocks for